What an absolutely phenomenal game of football we witnessed last night between PSG and Bayern Munich. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to centre around the phenomenal, the incredible, the absolute insane game that played out in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final last night between PSG and Bayern Munich. Two European heavyweights going blow for blow in what was an end-to-end, insanely fast-paced and incredible game of football that you just couldn't take your eyes off. It was everything that was promised of these two sides going head-to-head and more, and it delivered in a massive way. Over-delivering, I would say, in a lot of cases, to the point where PSG ended up being 5-4 winners, winning the game by 5-4 and taking a slender lead back to the Allianz Arena, where obviously Bayern Munich will then be the home team in the second leg, but it sets it up perfectly for an incredible second leg if it is to continue where it left off last night. But we are going to have to talk about the game, the performances and everything else that goes along with it, because this is what football has been lacking for a long time. And as a religious fan of the Premier League, and I watch obviously Liverpool a lot because obviously they're my team, it really did put, in my opinion, the Premier League and Liverpool Football Club especially to shame last night. Before we go any further discussing all of that and much more, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And of course, I encourage each and every single one of you to get involved in the comment section down below. Use and abuse that section, people. Talk to me on all of this and much more. What you made of last night's game, what you made of the performances, what you made of the quality of football on display, and all of that good stuff, I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading. So please do use and abuse that comment section. And without further ado, we're going to get on with the conversation ourselves. Last night was truly insane. It truly was. It had everything you could ever want from a football game and more. There was an immense array of individual talent on display, a lot of individual skill and brilliance and amazing technical ability, plenty of goals and good quality goals at that in most parts. A bit of controversy mixed in. Were there penalties? Was only one of them meant to be a penalty? Were they both not penalties? That kind of thing. But overall, we were truly spoilt last night. As football fans, we were truly spoilt last night by how amazing that game of football was. You couldn't take your eyes off it. It was end-to-end basketball style. And it was everything that I said in my prediction, by the way. I said that this was going to be an end-to-end style affair. And it was. It was going to be like a basketball game. And it pretty much was. You know, and even though Bayern had the better of the opening, 10, 15, 20 minutes of the game, they scored, then PSG took over, Bayern took over a little bit after that, Bayern took over the end of the game as well, PSG still looked dangerous on the counter-attack. It had everything that you could want from a football game and more. If you didn't leave that game last night, I mean, I know Bayern Munich fans were probably a little bit disappointed that they couldn't get something from the game to take back with them to Munich for next week. If you didn't leave that game last night thinking, we've just been blessed with an insane game of football, maybe football isn't for you. Maybe football is not for you if you did not enjoy that game last night. Like I say, Bayern fans, I get it because you lost the game, but it's not like it's a massive lead to overturn. 1-2 goals here and there overturns it immensely and spins the game on its head. But we'll wait for that when we get to the second leg next time out. This is truly insane though. That game was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It was a breath of fresh air is what it was. It was an absolute breath of fresh air. Like I say, for fans of other European leagues, maybe you watch that game and watch the technical ability on the show all the time. But for religious fans of the Premier League, we don't get to see that. We don't get to see that much these days. Every now and again, there'll be a player or a squad or a team that maybe for like the odd game or two plays like that. But we don't normally get that much in the Premier League. And a lot of people seem to claim that the Premier League is the best league in the world. And I've maintained that on a competitive level, I think it is. I think on a competitive level, it is the best league in the world. We only have to look at this season, some of the results that have happened. Rock bottom of the table Wolves beat Liverpool. Rock bottom of the table Wolves drew to the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal. Man City drew with the likes of West Ham and Nottingham Forest, and even Tottenham. So, you know, the competitive side of the Premier League I've always maintained to be strong, and I think it is strong. But the individual quality, it was night and day. What we've been seeing this season, no matter who you support in the Premier League, has been an over-reliance on set pieces, long throw-ins, direct long ball approach. It wasn't as what it was last night when these two teams went head-to-head. And, you know, there's more than one way to win a football game. I'm completely happy with that, and I've stated that time and time again this season. But the quality that these two teams displayed last night was just on a whole different, not even planet, just a whole different universe to what we've been witnessing in the Premier League this year. And again, it's not a bad thing, it's not a terrible thing, I'm not knocking it, everybody has their own way of playing, but I would like to see this kind of thing more often. That was pure entertainment what we witnessed last night, and we were absolutely spoiled in football heaven to the entertainment level of what football should be played at, how football should be played, in my personal opinion. I know everyone's going to be different, because some people will look at the game and go, the attack was immense, but the defending was poor. And maybe in small cases, yes, you can criticise the defending, but the attack was just too good. The attack of both teams was just too good. The attack of Michael Olise, Luis Diaz and Harry Kane was immense. The same way that it was immense that Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia and Doué was insane. Dembele could have had a hat-trick last night, again. Doué could have had a goal. Kvaratskhelia could have had another goal to add to his collection. Like, it was just immense all round last night, and we were truly spoilt as football fans. And like I say, I would love to see that more in the Premier League. I really, really would. I've been subject to Arnie slot ball all season. And yes, it would probably be the kind of football that would give you heart attacks and heart problems, because it's high risk, high reward, it's scary and everything, but oh my God, the entertainment level and the skill on display. And I'm not saying that all the Premier League has been as boring, robotic and systematic all season long, or even for the past several years. There have been glimpses and flashes and individual brilliance and moments here and there, and the odd game or two here and there, which has been absolutely insane, but you don't get it in abundance. And what I've noticed in the Champions League this season, and I mentioned it in the previous round of this, is that the games where there was no English teams in the fixture at all tend to be the most exciting and entertaining. Look back at the quarter-final. The Liverpool-PSG game was mainly dominated by brilliance from PSG. You look back at the Arsenal-Sporting game. Not great at all, both legs. But yet, Atletico Barcelona, insane amounts of quality in both of those games. Defensively, again, a little suspect, but in terms of the attacking and entertainment aspect, insane. You look back at Bayern Munich against Real Madrid. Utterly brilliant from both teams. utterly brilliant from both teams. Like I say, Arsenal may have the advantage going into the semi-final and the final if they get there, where defensively they may be slightly superior to these other teams, but how do you stop them? Because you haven't faced attacks like this. You haven't faced attacks that are just going to never give up. The endurance, the level of physicality, the level of fitness of all of these players, the total football on display where it's attack from the back, defend from the front, and vice versa, is just insane to me. It is just on a whole different level of quality throughout this entire thing. And like I said, we were truly blessed last night. I have nothing but positive things to say about both these teams. You can maybe nitpick some of the defensive stuff like I mentioned earlier, but don't take nothing away from the attacking side. It was truly epic. It was absolutely epic. And we witnessed one of the best games of football that the sport has ever created, in my personal opinion. It was truly phenomenal. I'm happy about it. I can't wait for the second leg next week. I truly cannot wait for the second leg. It is going to be incredible what we are potentially going to be witnessing. But we'll have to wait till then. And look, one thing I will say on the whole, comparing it to the Premier League thing. Look, again, I don't want it to be a knock on the Premier League, but it has to be mentioned. The parallels and the comparisons are going to be there. Like, the Premier League is competitive. The Premier League is competitive, and I've maintained that throughout this entire season and the entirety of last, that the competitive side of the Premier League is at an all-time high. But the individual quality and the individual talent and the individual moments of brilliance, they're not quite on the same level. They're not quite on the same level. You will see flashes, you will see glimpses of them here and there. For example, Ryan Shirky against Arsenal was just truly outstanding. But do you see that consistently? Do you see that week in, week out? No, you don't. Whereas I feel like when these two teams meet, and when other top teams across Europe meet, I feel, and even teams in their own domestic leagues, I do feel like there is this want or need to go out there and put on a show. Play football the entertaining way. And that will obviously be good for some people and be a personal preference for some people, and it won't be a personal preference to others. And people will see it as two great attacking sides, but two very poor defensive sides. And I can understand that. And that's why I say that Arsenal may have the advantage going forward. But I would take watching these two teams play each other week in, week out again. Oh my God, I'm with the Super League, aren't I? I'm wanting a Super League. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, no, I wouldn't. Because eventually these two teams meeting week in, week out every year would probably get a bit boring. So I'm happy for the spectacle it was. It was truly a phenomenal game of football. I wish we could see more like it. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, if other teams take a page out of their book. The game tonight, by the way, Arsenal-Atletico, will be completely different. It'll be completely opposite. Whereas this one was a basketball game, the one tonight will be, in my opinion, a chess match. It'll be a game based on fine margins, maybe defensive errors, or maybe that one moment of brilliance. Maybe from a set piece, maybe from a free kick, something along them lines. Either way, fine margins in the Arsenal-Atletico game, whereas this game was just all-out attack, and it was truly phenomenal to witness. But look, those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever I call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys are thinking and feeling, so let me know in the comment section down below what you made of this game, what you make of tonight's game between Arsenal and Atletico, and what you make of the Champions League in general. Would love to know what you guys have to think and feel about what I've mentioned in this video in terms of teams playing a particular way? Do you like the more open style of entertaining football, or do you like it to be a mixture of both? Let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new. Both things will always and very greatly appreciated. And of course, as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll soon speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all again very soon.